This is the LDBC. This is your boy Coach Shelton Harrison, and you're live on the Coach Shelton Harrison Boxing and MMA Show Live. Okay, some of my women's MMA fans, they asked me, Coach, when are you going to discuss the next MMA matchup? Okay, this is a fight that I find intriguing. I could talk about other matchups. I could talk about some of the top UFC women's contenders. I could do that, but I like this matchup better. Like, this is a matchup that it kind of caught my eye, and it's very, very, very intriguing. I'll tell you why this is intriguing to me. Because you got Destanie Yarbourgh, who, for all intents and purposes, was a football player. Guys, she was a running back. And let me tell you, she was a good running back. She was actually a very good running back. She played for a team out in Central California. I don't particularly know like the name of the team. I just saw some of the videos of her running the football. And I'm going to tell y'all something, y'all. I was impressed. I was extremely impressed with her running the football. Like, she is this big 220-pound young woman, but man, this girl is agile. Like, you see her hit the hole, then you see her sidestep out of the way. And she was always picking up at least 5 or 6 yards of carry. You can see her just go and run people right over. But the one thing that I noticed, man, is her footwork, man. This girl can change direction at any given time. She can be running one way and then change direction and move laterally. She can move forward. I saw all of this, and I said, you know what? Maybe she is a good MMA fighter. So I did more research, and I found her first fight. And she's only had one fight, but I found it. And she really beat the hell out of her opponent. She beat her up. And I'm sitting here thinking, man, because she moved very, very well, and her striking and kicking was pretty much average. It was good. I was really impressed by how she threw her jab. I was really impressed how, she cut the ring off, and she was the one moving forward. She was the one walking down her opponent. She was the one doing that. And, she was slipping a lot of good punches. She was checking a lot of kicks. And, with a new fighter, it's kind of like that stuff in the first fight. You don't see them checking kicks like that. You don't see them slipping a lot of punches. They're going to make a lot of mistakes. But Destanie Yarbourgh made very few mistakes. She made very few. I'll say one, I think that Destanie Yarbourgh didn't circle away from her opponent because her opponent was an orthodox fighter. And I thought that Destanie Yarbourgh should have been circling away from her opponent's right hand. I didn't think she did that a lot. But I said, all in all, I give her performance a B+, man. She did well. She did very well. And that's pretty good for somebody who just started in the sport. This is her first fight. I find it fascinating. I really find this kind of story fascinating than the Cyborgs and the Holmes. This is a fascinating story. Now, you guys, if you don't know who Gabi Garcia is, she's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu specialist, okay? She's good on the ground. Gabi's stand-up game is not that great. It's not good at all, really. She throws a lot of these wild punches, man. Now, I'll give you this. Her stand-up game is not great, but it's effective. It's very, very, very effective. And she uses that to her advantage because of her overwhelming size and strength. Gabi Garcia is a beast. Like, when I say a beast, like beast meaning like she's strong. And it's going to be hard to try to grapple her and throw her around. It's just not going to happen. She's too strong. Now, a good, smooth, and slick fighter like Destanie Yarbourgh is going to present problems for Gabi Garcia. Gabi Garcia is 2-0, and she submitted one of her opponents. And I think the only way that Gabi Garcia can win this fight is going to be by either, ground and pound or a submission. That's the only way she's going to win. She reminds me of the female version of Brock Lesnar. That's who she reminds me of because she fight like Brock Lesnar. She really do. Both don't have a stand-up game, but if you wrestle them, they're pretty good on the ground. And that's just the way that is. That's just the way that is. Gabi Garcia's got this weird jab. It's like a pawing jab where she not even looking at the opponent. She'll turn her head away and then just stick her left hand out there and just paw this jab. And I found that kind of like, wow. But it did damage. She beat this girl named Leah DiTapia. I mean, she jab-pawed her to death, and then after she jab-pawed her, she just bull-rushed her. Just bull-rushed her, started throwing all these crazy punches from different angles, and, the punches were very unpredictable. But it looked like somebody who was in like a female cat fight. And you know how girls fight that don't know how to fight. They start throwing their hands all wild and throwing these little wild punches, and there's nothing precise about it. They just throwing these wild punches trying to grab hair. That's the kind of fight that Gabi Garcia kind of reminded me of. Like that's kind of how that's the feel I got by watching her fight. Gabi Garcia, she's not very technical, man. The only way Destanie Yarbourgh will win this fight if this fight is a complete stand-up fight. But if Gabi Garcia can get Destiny to the ground, then yeah, then we're talking about a good, the fight's going to be very entertaining. I haven't seen Destanie Yarbourgh on the ground enough. I've seen some of her training video, and she looks pretty comfortable on the ground based on some of the people that I've seen her actually, sparring against. I've seen it, but that's totally different when you get into the ring against an animal like Garcia. Garcia's strong, man. And when I say strong, she's crazy strong. You can look at this photograph on the screen, and you can tell that this girl is like just ridiculously strong. You can tell. But time will tell. They're going to fight September the 25th, and I'm going to watch this fight. I don't know if I'm going to actually cover the fight. I don't know if I'll promote the fight. I don't know, but I am going to probably just talk about it a little bit. Well, my next option is to just go ahead and have Destiny on the show. Okay, that's my next option, and I think I will, definitely get her on the show because I kind of want to hear her thoughts about, how she feels about this fight, what she thinks about her opponent, and, what, really how her training has been going thus far to prepare her for September the 25th, okay? You guys let me know what you think. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. What are you dudes waiting on? Subscribe. I'm done.